So we've all had this happen in Valorant. It's a 1v4. The entire other team knows exactly where you're at. And you are for sure getting pushed by 4 people all at the same time. Now, what if I told you that you could take this situation and turn it into an extremely easy round win with just a couple of tips?
Cypher's lit on.
Yeah, there's 2 lit then. Ooh, dopesy.
Oh! One enemy remaining.
What?
Wait, I don't have a spike. Fuck.
Let's go. Flip it and ship it. That was nasty.
Last round in the half.
We cannot
Dang, Dovesy.
spend all.
Alright, so let's run through how I was able to pretty easily turn that 1v4 into a round win. Now, I had my ult, which was nice. I had all my abilities, and I had my op. So, right there, you know, I had the resources to win it. Now, I knew that they knew exactly where I was because I had shot at somebody. I think it was the Omen that was on their team. Or Phoenix, I think, actually. I had shot at him from B-Link, so they knew where I was. So I sat back and held the angle on B-Link because they were pushing through mid. I popped the Sage pretty easily, knowing that she was going to, you know, be pushing through there. I continued to hold the angle afterwards because I knew that even though somebody could have been pushing through B main already, there was a very unlikely chance that anybody was pushing through our spawn yet. So I continued to hold the angle, saw the shock dart from Sova come from that same angle, killed him, and as soon as I did so, I knew that the rest of their team was not going to be pushing through mid. You know, there's a probability to clutching and just kind of game IQ and things like that. Well, 2 people had already pushed through B main, B link, so I assumed that nobody else was pushing there. My immediate assumption was that somebody was going to be coming through our spawn and that somebody was going to be in B main / garage. So immediately after I got the kill on the Sova, I smoked out B main just in case anybody was there to give myself some cover. Smoked directly in front of me, you know, just added cover. I probably didn't need to throw all 3 smokes. I could have thrown just the one, or maybe 1 B link and 1 spawn. Pulled out my knives and jumped over the building to give an awkward line of sight from anybody pushing through garage. Of course, Cypher immediately peeked, which was just lucky timing on my part. Killed him really quick. Dashed immediately into B main. Because even though there could have been somebody else in B main, that changes the position that I'm at. If he gives the call out that I am, you know, that I jumped up on top of that little building that I jumped over, or that I'm still in that general area, if that last person was in B main, I had my knives out and I would have been able to get a quick and easy kill. My assumption was that the other person was going to be flanking from spawn, which is why I tried to dash in there really quick. And I wanted to push into site and plant, which is when I immediately realized that I did not have the spike. So I went back to grab a spike, and the Jett was pushing through main like an idiot and got that easy kill. So all in all, it was like a, 15-20 second 1v4. And it seems like one of those things that's just 100% pure luck. Oh, you know, they all just pushed individually. Oh, you know, you got lucky here, yada, yada, yada. And granted, the Sova should not have peeked me. He knew that I had the op. He knew that I just killed the Sage there. But though there is a lot of luck that comes in, you know, there are plenty of people who would have stayed, you know, even after killing the Sage, even if they hit both their shots on the Sage and Sova, tried to stay there, or, you know, tried to hold different angles, move around slightly. But what you have to realize is in clutch situations like that, number one, most likely, unless you're playing against a really good organized team, they're going to bum rush you. And usually around the 1v1, 1v2 scenarios when they start backing off. So once you get a kill or two, you need to start pushing them and changing the angles that you're playing at. You have to think about where they could be coming from, pay attention to where your teammates died, and where you know certain people are. In that situation, I knew that both Sage and Sova were in mid. I had no idea where the Jett or Cypher was, but I knew that Cypher usually played B, so I assumed somebody was going to be pushing through B, and my immediate guess was that Jett was coming from our spawn. She ended up coming through mid, and I got the easy kill. But you have to be ready for enemies to be pushing anywhere. Always be ready for somebody to come around the corner and land your shots. And you can clutch rounds pretty easily, especially if you have your ult, especially if you have an op. You know, I'm not amazing with the Phantom and Vandal. My recoil control is pretty terrible in this game. I have a lot of trouble with that, and I excel with the op, and I excel with my Jett ult. And so, you know, play to your strengths, play to the advantages you have, and don't waste your utility, because if earlier in that round I would have wasted all my utility, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did there. If I didn't have my updraft, my dash, my smokes, if I didn't have my ult, then I wouldn't have been able to win that round, or at least it would have been extremely difficult. But thankfully I had all those things, and I was able to clutch out the round. It can be kind of hard to really put into words how to clutch rounds. It's not like there's just some magic formula. Every situation is different. It's all about your game IQ and your gun skill. But you know, I hope my tips helped at least a little bit. And in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The other little background gameplay was just some random Omen and Sage gameplay that I had. I didn't really have any purpose for them. Just random games that somebody took my Jett, so I was like, fuck it, I'll play somebody else. But like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd appreciate if you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and y'all take it easy.